culture. Rapping, we do it for the whole squad. We was down, but we came back. We lost it all, but we came right. They can never hold us. They can never hold us.
To all my Silverback Gorilla gang, I appreciate y'all for tuning back in to me. I know it's been a minute, but I missed y'all, and hopefully the feeling is, likewise. So today, we're going to get into a video of she justifies hitting men because they're stronger. That doesn't make sense, but to some people it does. Obviously to the female in this video that's going to be doing most of the talking, that's her perspective. But let's go ahead and take this ride.
Yeah, you were like beating him up?
No, it's both ways. Like, he hit me and I hit him.
Who hit who first?
Of course it's him, but he's drunk. There's a difference.
Oh.
He's intoxicated and he don't recall any of that.
Men shouldn't be hitting women regardless, no? Even if you're hitting him, we're still women.
I mean, self-defense.
Yeah, right.
It
is
why don't you
self-defense.
just walk out of the room? So saying if a girl's hitting you, right?
If a girl slapped me in the face,
walk out of the room.
I mean,
why don't you just not hit men?
Yeah, you could just not hit.
I understand that, but if it does come down to it, because you guys are men, you know what I mean? If a girl hits you.
Wait a minute. First of all, that's stupid as fuck. That's stupid as fuck. First of all, nobody, male or female, nobody should be putting their hands on anybody. Everybody should be keeping their hands to themselves, first of all. So before we even get to it's a man-woman thing, and it's a right and wrong thing, and a weaker and stronger thing, before we even get to those points, you can't skip over the fact that you should keep your hands to yourself. Nobody should be putting their hands on anybody. Nobody should be hitting anybody. Anytime you hit somebody, it should only be in self-defense. Whether you male or female, weak or strong, you should keep your hands to yourself. And that's just, by law. You understand? It has nothing to do with what he would do. Can he hit you back? Would he hit you back? I think it has more so to do with, first of all, that's battery. You do realize that's assault. You do understand that, right? So before you get to it's a man or woman thing, at the end of the day, it's a law thing.
Okay.
We just walk out.
Well,
should we be doing that? Absolutely not. We should not be touching anybody.
Let me explain the fault in the logic here, so that
no, there's not. There's no fault.
At least from my okay, well, I'll prove it to you. If a man who's much weaker than another man punches the man who's much stronger than him, can the much stronger man punch him back?
But we're not talking about men against men.
Can you answer my question without pivoting?
So men and men?
Yeah. So if a much weaker man attacks a man who's much stronger than him, can the much stronger man go ahead and hit him back?
Can he? Yeah, but does that make him a better man? No.
No, but I mean, would you be okay if he did?
No.
No, so then basically what you're saying is that if you're stronger than somebody else and you get attacked, you just have to take it. That's the extension of that logic.
Well, if somebody's really strong and they get attacked, they pick and choose their battles because you're not going to be messing with them too much. They're going to pick and choose.
Well, I don't understand then. If it was the case, then what would you even be arguing? Because that would mean that
everybody's entitled to their own things. You could say what you're saying. I would just rather a man on my end, right? If he's strong like that, to not hit somebody who's so weak when he could just walk away because he's going to eat that. It'll be like nothing. It'll be a tap on his shoulder.
You're talking about, he should just eat that because the person is weaker or the woman is weaker. So the man should just eat the lick. He should just take it. If she decides to put her hands on him, if she decides to punch him, to slap him, to kick him, whatever, he should just eat it. He should just take it because he's a man. That's some of the dumbest shit. First of all, so what you're saying is because he's a man and he's stronger than you, that he could, should, and deserves to be assaulted, to be beat on, to be abused, to be battered. That's what you're saying. Now, do y'all see the double standard here? You're against abuse when it comes to a woman, but you're not against abuse when it comes to a man. You feel because he's stronger and bigger that you can hit him and he should just eat it. That's stupid.
It shouldn't really be a concern.
I mean, you're kind
now
of
with the women, no, with the women and men.
All you're doing here is encouraging weak people to attack strong people.
I'm
That's
not encouraging that. I'm saying it shouldn't
Well, that would
happen.
be
But
an
I'm saying
encouragement
no, I'm not
because
encouraging
if there's
that.
if there's no consequence, then it's an encouragement.
It's like 3 strikes, you're out. The first time, we'll let it pass. The second time, the third time, forget about it.
Okay, so by the third time a woman strikes you, it's okay to punch her?
Or whatever. No. It's not okay for a woman to strike anybody. But if that situation
not what I'm
happens and it's a man,
I'm
he
not
better walk
asking
out of the
about whether or
room.
not hang on, I'm not asking about whether or not it's okay for a woman or for the woman to strike the man. We've
It's
already
not
established
okay.
It's not okay.
It's not
We're
okay.
arguing about whether or not it's okay for a man to strike a woman back. So
Absolutely
in
not.
this case, yeah. So in this case, if you say
So you're saying that a man does not have a right to defend himself against a woman or against a weaker person. That is stupid. That sounds so dumb. Like, where are they getting these people from? First of all, if you don't know how to control your emotions, right, and not put your hands on somebody if they did not put their hands on you, if you do not know how to control your emotions and you are over the age of 21, so you're an adult, you have an issue, you have a whole nother problem right there. You have a whole nother problem right there. Because every person has the right, male or female, weak or strong, young or old, big or small. Every person has the right to defend themselves. I don't care how weak you hit them. I don't care how strong you hit them. Everybody has a right to defend themselves, no matter if it's against a weaker person or a stronger person. See, when I was growing up, we had this thing where if you can pass a lick, you can take a lick. If you're strong enough to hit somebody, then you're strong enough to take a hit. Now, if you're not strong enough to take a hit, then you need to keep your hands to yourself. Simple and plain.
a weaker man, if he attacks a stronger man 2 or 3 times, then it's okay for the stronger man to hit him back. Why would this not apply to women?
I think
Well,
everybody.
what is it about having a vagina that specifically now makes it so that you can attack men and that men can't attack you back? That's
I think
what
where
don't
we're
get
getting
here.
confused is that you're correlating them both together. It's a female and a male. Okay, this isn't a male and male thing, right? So these are 2 separate topics. Okay, a man and
How
a
are they
man
2 separate
against the
topics?
female and a male is 2 completely different topics.
Yeah, I don't see. They seem interrelated to me because all you're saying, the extension of both is the same. So I agree with
No,
you. We're
it's
talking, okay, hang on. I just let you explain your position. Let me explain
True.
mine. Okay, so I understand what you're saying. You're saying we're talking about men and men fighting here, not men and women, right? But what I'm doing is I'm giving you an analogy, and I'm saying, okay, but if it's okay in your worldview for weaker men who attack stronger men than them to be attacked back because now it's self-defense, what is the specific criteria that women have other than the fact that they have a vagina instead of a penis that exempts them from the same treatment? That's what I don't understand.
Can you lift more weight than me?
Yes. Well, probably, yeah, I
Why?
would assume.
Why?
Because physiologically I'm stronger than you.
Why?
Generally speaking, because I'm a male.
There you go. I think.
Yeah, but that doesn't make your point. That
I
makes
know
my
it's okay. I
point.
think I made my point. We're good.
I feel like
No, we're
I
not
feel
good
like
because,
I'm okay.
because
I feel like a
I don't
woman
even think
should
you
hit a
understand
man.
what I just said.
I think no one should hit anybody.
Women should not hit men. They really should.
No,
You
I
should
feel
not hit
like
men.
if
I
a
need-
woman
I need
hits
you
a
to
man,
understand.
then the man
Okay,
can hit her
stop,
back.
lady,
No, for real.
let us finish the conversation. Calm down. So back to this combo here. Okay, you actually didn't make a point.
I did.
You just said you're stronger than me because you're a man. Great. Do you
I
agree
mean,
with me that
that's a
there's
point.
other? Okay, great. Do you think that there's other men who are not as strong as me who are also men?
You know what? I think I made my point already. I'm good.
Can I say something?
I think I'm not good, and I need you to make this clear for me. So,
Can I say something?
Wait, let her answer.
Can we finish our conversation just calm down. Let us finish our
Oh,
conversation.
no, we're calm. I'm having fun.
Yeah, so, well, understand from my perspective, there's 15 people cutting in, and I only have the one earpiece, so I have to try to delineate between who's talking. So
Got it.
that's why I'm just asking for one at a time. So wouldn't you agree with me, though, that by the same logic, there are still men who are also weaker than me, right?
I don't get what that has to do with the
Can you
woman
answer
and
the
men
question?
situation.
Just like remember
Yes,
how I
there's men
answered
that are
yours
weaker than
correctly?
you. That's fine. That's not something hard to understand. There's going to be.
So if they are and they
It's
attack
okay.
me,
Yeah.
yeah, if they are and they attack me, and it's okay for me to defend myself against them, then why exactly would it be not okay for me to defend myself against a female who had the same strength level as that man?
I guess that's something for you to try to think about, because that's easy one for me.
Bitch, you sound stupid. You sound very ignorant.
It doesn't matter if you're weaker or you're stronger. That's what she doesn't understand. That's the point that she is missing. It does not matter if you're weaker or you're stronger. You should not be putting your hands on anybody. Anybody. No matter how weak they are, no matter how strong they are, from the weakest to the strongest, you should not be putting your hands on anybody. Keep your hands to yourself. Why is that so hard for her to grasp? Why is that so hard for her to understand? You understand? Keep your hands to yourself. Simple as that. Now you're trying to make it seem like, oh, because you're a female and you're weaker, that you can just beat the shit out of your guy and your guy can't do nothing but sit there and take it. So she's already making it known that she wants a beta male, because only a beta male will allow that. Only a beta male will allow you to put your hands on him and not do shit about it. Just sit there and, like she said, eat it. Just sit there and take it. Just sit there and get your ass whooped and not do shit, not say shit. She wants somebody who she can abuse. She's obviously a woman who is pro-abuse on men, when she should be the type of woman that is anti-abuse on anybody. Because she thinks she can go around putting her hands on people and they're wrong if they put their hands on her back. Well, miss, you do understand that whether they're wrong or not, if you put your hands on people, they're going to beat your ass. And to you, they may be wrong for beating your ass. It doesn't matter. There are a lot of people out here that would not mind being wrong if you put your hands on them and they beat you the fuck up. It doesn't matter if you think they're wrong or not. You put your hands on the wrong person, they're going to beat the shit out you.
This is all I got.
Whether they're weaker or stronger. That's what you got to understand, miss. It's not about, being weaker or stronger. You trying to make it seem like that gives a woman a pass to put her hands on her man because she's weaker. How about you be stronger mentally and emotionally, and instead of putting your hands on them, you just exit stage left. Remove yourself from the situation. Why can't you walk away? Why you want the man to walk away? Why can't you walk away? Why do you want the man to submit? Why do you want him to submit to what you want him to do rather than you submit? That's what I'm saying. She wants a beta man. She wants a man who she can control. She wants a man who she can abuse and beat on, and he just eat it. She's stupid.
Are you dumb, stupid, or dumb?
I don't even know where to go with that.
Wait, did you get an answer, or do you want to?
Well, she just said that's for me to think about or something.
Oh.
She didn't really answer it.
Well, you're saying that there's weaker men, there's weaker and stronger men, correct? So if a weaker person was to hit you, and you're saying that you're stronger, correct? So if this weaker person's hit, as hard as he could hit, might only be a touch to you. Your hit is going to be way, way more drastic, correct?
Who are you to say that the hit will only be a touch to him. Who are you? Who are you to say that? You cannot speak for him. You cannot speak how he feels or how the hit felt to him. You swing on a man that's much stronger than you in your mind, it's just a little touch. That does not mean that in reality, it's just a little touch. And you also got to understand, some people have trauma when it comes to people touching them. So even a little tap or a little hit or a little touch that you call it, it may be a little touch to you, but to that person, it may be way bigger than you realize, because that person may have some trauma behind people putting their hands on them, hitting them. A lot of people have been beat and abused. There have been people that have been beat down to the point where they don't even like hugs. So who are you to say, oh, it's just a little touch. I can hit you. I can punch you, because a punch to you, it'll just be a little touch. Who are you to say that? That's your opinion. Your opinion is if you as a weaker woman punch a stronger man, that it's just a little touch. Now, what if that man was to say, hey, I'm going to knock the shit out of you because it's just a little touch. Right? See, when people are mad, they don't know their strength. And sometimes we as men, especially men who work out, sometimes you don't realize your strength. So maybe he'll just slap the shit out you, but to him, the slap wasn't even a big deal. You get what I'm saying? Just because when you decide to hit somebody, it's not a big deal to you, does not mean it's not going to be a big deal to that victim.
Yeah. Yeah.
So what else do you have to have me explain to you?
Yeah, well, the logic is that essentially, if weaker people attack you, you're not allowed to defend yourself against them.
I didn't say that they're not allowed. I said that there's other things that they could do.
Yeah, but you know.
Right. And there's other things that you can do other than hit somebody. It's other ways that you can handle that situation. There are other things that you can do if your boyfriend, whoever, if the guy makes you mad, if he pisses you off, there are different things that you can do other than hit him. You have other options. You can use your brain and talk. You understand? You can just leave. You understand? There are other ways for you to handle that. You can break up with the guy. There's other ways that you can handle that situation other than being violent, other than putting your hands on him. So why are you choosing that option is what I'm not understanding.
Discourage weak people from attacking people who are stronger than them?
They're weak. I'm stronger than them, so I really wouldn't be worried about that.
Yeah, but you know how you discourage that from happening?
I want to discourage the stronger people from attacking me, not the weak ones. I'm not worried about
that.
Yeah,
but the stronger ones in this scenario are not attacking you. That's
all right.
How
So with
happening.
the weak
They're
ones
being attacked,
that are attacking me, I would tell them first was a warning, stop, because it's not going to be fun the next time. The second time it happens, I'm probably not going for strike three. The second time is probably.
so then
I'll hit back.
Wouldn't you draw the? Okay, that's fair.
Fair.
So wouldn't you just draw the same extension with men and women? The
Absolutely
first time the
not.
woman attacks a man, fine.
See, she's just going. She's fishing for what makes her feel good, right? You can tell she's just going for whatever benefits her. She don't give a damn about nobody else. She only cares about her, how she feels about it, her thoughts and opinions, her perspective. And she expects for her perspective and opinions to be law. Because you just sat up here and said that you're not worried about the weak ones. You're worried about somebody stronger. Well, why would you hit somebody that's stronger if they don't hit you first? You just sat up here and said that you're more worried about the stronger person. So why would you go and provoke the stronger person? Because once you hit this person, you're not in control of how they respond. You're not in control of what they do next. It's their choice. If you hit this stronger person, it's their choice if they want to fuck you up or not. So why even put yourself in that position when you can just leave? That's what I don't get. That's what I'm not understanding. That's what's not making sense to me.
Second time the woman attacks the man, he's not going to go for time number 3, right?
A man should never hit a woman unless it's a dire thing.
I don't get that. That makes no sense to me.
Walk out of the room. Which would you rather? Would it make you feel better to hit back a woman, or would it make you feel better to leave and not have anything else escalate?
You can't. Oh, first of all.
Okay, so now she made it clear. She just told me. She just answered my question. So the reason why she would rather hit the guy rather than just leave is because hitting the guy will make her feel better. Her hitting him will make her feel better. See, I told y'all, she is selfish. She's worried about how she's feeling. She's worried about how she's feeling. She's worried about how it's making her feel. Not once did she comment on how the guy may feel about him hitting her. You just said, okay, why can't he leave? Oh, would it make him feel better to hit a woman, to hit her back? Well, at the end of the day, you know that you could have done the same shit. You could have just left. But obviously it made you feel better to hit him. So why is it wrong for him to feel better by hitting your ass back?
Oh, I don't know why you're under the impression that you can always just leave.
That's true. You're right. Absolutely. You're absolutely correct. You know? I believe. I agree.
Yeah, you can't always leave in a confrontation like that. And if a woman is attacking you and you can't leave, what is the problem with hitting her back? Like, I don't actually understand that.
Or how old are you? How old are you?
I'm 40.
For a 40-year-old man to say, what is the problem with hitting her back? I think that's what this generation's lacking, no?
Okay, well, for 30,
which
how old are you? 30?
Wait a minute. She said that's what this generation is lacking. Listen, let me explain something to you. First of all, what this generation is lacking is real women. That's the opposite of her. That if they're in a confrontation, in a disagreement, in an argument, in a debate with their man, with their spouse, with their husband, their guy, and not being able to walk away. See, real women, if y'all have a conversation, an argument with your man, and you realize that shit is getting heated, that shit is about to get out of control, they're going to go ahead and just shut that shit down. You know what? No, I'm done. I'm done with this conversation. Because I can see it's going somewhere where it don't need to be. It's about to get out of hand. So I'm going to go ahead and exit stage left. We're going to go ahead and just shut this conversation down before it gets out of hand. That's how real women handle the situation. Not her. Rather than, because she's not humble enough to do that. You could tell this girl, I don't even call her a woman. I'm not even going to give her that much respect. This little girl feels like she could go around putting her hands on people. See, that's that spoiled little brat shit. That's that spoiled little brat shit. You feel like you can put your hands on people and, oh, you just got to take it because I'm weaker than you. Fuck out of here. But then what if he goes back and he go tell his sister, you hit him, he walks away, he go tell his sister what happened, and his sister, who may be bigger and stronger than you, comes over and beat the dog shit out your ass. Would that be right? Because obviously you like to handle things with violence instead of handling things with your intelligence. Maybe you're not intelligent enough to handle it that way. Apparently.
Or I'm 20, I'm 30,
which
I'm 32.
generation?
Or the one that I'm in now, because I'm dealing with 40-year-old men like this. This is why I'm not dating
aren't you in your
people.
30s?
As a woman, 32 years old, should I be hearing you, 40 years old, saying it's okay to hit you?
Straight into the mic.
It's okay to hit me just because I hit you?
Yes,
you're damn right.
You want to be logically consistent, what you would...
Absolutely. Absolutely. What are we talking about here? Yes, if you put your hands on somebody, they have the right to put their hands on your motherfucking ass. If you hit somebody, they have the right to hit your ass back. What the fuck are you even talking about? Like, that made no sense.
I would never eat that.
If a person attacks another person, they're asking to get hit.
Now,
yes.
a woman on woman, yeah.
No, regardless. Why suddenly is there some type of exemption that women get because they have a vagina if they attack a person? Because the person is stronger, that gives them exemption.
Because everyone has free will. Free will. So if your free will wants you to hit her back,
he's free to punch you back.
If your free will wants to hit a woman back, that's on you. But with my free will, if I was a man who's 40 years old and my girlfriend hit me, right, 32, and I could walk away, I'm walking away. Because that's what a better man does.
If I was a woman who was 32, I would be advocating that we didn't have a social system set up where strong people felt like they couldn't protect themselves because women were going to try to shame them.
Strong people know that they could protect themselves.
Yeah, and you know how they do it? They usually punch people who attack them. That's how.
That's not a strong person.
That's how they do that.
That's not a strong person. It's a very weak one.
Okay.
So what do you call the type of person that you are? The type of person that rather than use your intelligence, you want to use your fist. You want to use violence. What do you call that? Sounds like the same type of person to me.
Well, I mean, I don't know how you would ever demonstrate that. It's okay
Restraint.
to just allow people to attack others, and somehow, because they're stronger than them, they're not allowed to defend themselves. That's crazy.
Hey, Andrew, I think it'd be interesting to just hear the other panelists' perspective on this. So, like, what do you guys think? Do you think...
No, I have a question
what do you guys
for
think?
him.
I think it's okay for a man to hit back.
Here, before we get to your question, what's your
perspective? Because you got some damn
this?
sense.
I know my answer will be based on his answer because I have a question.
Well, hold on to your question really quick.
Why do you need to know my position and know your position?
Because I want to see, and then if you can argue this properly, then I will.
Okay, hold on. I'll let this come through, then we'll get to it.
Knight donated $200.
Thank you, Knight. Appreciate
Scenario: insufferable woman doesn't like a guy disagreeing with her, so she hits him, and then he must leave the room, right? She gets her way by hitting him. Men should be allowed to defend themselves.
Yeah, it's just socially encouraging that weak people want a thing, they can attack other people with basically no consequences. That, I think it's silly.
Knight, thank you for the TTS, man. Appreciate it. Okay, so your thoughts on this, then I'll let you ask the question, okay?
I need to ask the question.
Okay, just ask the question then, but make it quick, please.
Okay, so since you're using men logic, women, men, whatever, so if a 10-year-old child came up and slapped you in the face, would you punch the child back in the face?
10-year-old children don't have complete agency.
They know what they're doing. If he's
hey, stop. Let them talk. Let them talk.
Trying to answer your question. The answer is no, because a person doesn't have complete agency. Just like I may advocate if somebody was like literally retarded, for instance, right? And they were attacking you unless they were super physically strong, you wouldn't have a choice in that instance, right? But they don't have agency. They don't know what they're doing. So in that particular case, you have to draw into intent, right? Women who have agency, who physically attack you on purpose, right, are trying to do harm to you, damage to you, same as if men do it. So when we draw up self-defense, no, wouldn't do it to a 10-year-old. But I can tell you this, right? I think that a good father might, I don't know, take the 10-year-old and give him a good spanking, right? Be like, don't do that again. That seems reasonable to me.
A 10-year-old can feel emotions, feel they're angry and they're attacking you. They could come at you with a knife. They could almost kill you if they have a knife in their hand. So are you going to punch them?
And if they had a weapon or they had something like that, you had to accelerate the use of force, sure. But that's a different argument. So you're still taking into account they don't have agency, but you have to balance that with self-protection.
What age is the draw line for you? Like 23 and 32?
18, the same age that I would give any woman agency.
So 17 and 364 days, you'd be like, nah.
I'd come up.
You'd be like, nah, 17 and 364 days, let me wait a day.
So here's the thing, you're doing some hair splitting, right? But I'll do the hair splitting with you.
Okay.
Right? So what you're doing is you're making what's called a continuum fallacy. So what you're saying is, when does this person have agency, Andrew? Well, I don't know, it'd be case by case, right? But we've decided unilaterally that it's going to be 18 in this nation because most people at 18 seem to have some sort of agency. They seem to be able to make informed decisions for themselves. So we make it 18 years old.
In
now,
America?
If you're saying, well, what about, would this person deserve it? at like 17 and 361 days. Yeah, possibly, though you might be judging the law different. I may not make a moral judgment against you, though, if a 17-year-old who is 17 and 300 days.
Listen, man, I'm not even going to finish this shit because, you know, they're just talking just to be talking. You know, you asking dumbass question. Oh, if a 10-year-old hit you, would you hit him back? That was just dumb. Like, see, this is what I'm talking about, the immaturity. Like, let's be mature about this thing. Like, why would you even ask a question like that? Now, if you want to bring that up, then I can say, she say, a weaker person should be able to hit a stronger person. So she's with the thought process that a weaker should be able to attack the stronger, and the stronger should not do anything back. But I bet you she won't run up and hit a fucking tiger or a bear or a lion in the face. They're stronger, right? They're stronger, right? So you should be able to hit them, and they not do anything back. You punch a bear in the face and see if he hit your ass back or not. See, it's based on opinion. You slap a tiger in the face and let's see what happens. You slap an alligator in the face and let's see what happens. See, nobody cares that it's your opinion that they shouldn't do anything back to you because they're stronger. No, the moral of the story is, keep your hands to yourself. You do not have the right to put your hands on anybody if they did not put their hands on you first. If somebody put their hands on you, you have a 100% right to defend yourself. I'm going to say it again. If somebody put their hands on you, you have the 100% right to defend yourself. Period. No matter if they're weaker, stronger, bigger, smaller, older, younger, whatever. Now, obviously, she's going to bring, you know, a child into, oh, if you're 10 years old and if a person 10 years old hits you, what are you going to do? That was just dumb. That was just dumb. And on that note, I'm going to go ahead and get up out of here, man. But yeah, y'all go ahead and comment and let me know y'all perspective on this issue and this topic. Let me know what y'all think, how y'all feel about it, y'all different viewpoints. If you're part of the Silverback Gorilla Gang, man, I appreciate y'all coming back, tuning in to me. If this your first time here, go ahead, hit that like, hit that subscribe. I'm getting back on my channel, man. You know, I've been working a lot. You know what I'm saying? Been doing a lot, but I'm getting back on this YouTube shit. So for the people that's been rocking with me, I appreciate y'all for being patient with me. But we back in this thing. And until next time, Silverback Gorilla Gang.
Can't get in my feelings no more. I need some therapy. And it seems like every time that I get in it, someone just take advantage, trying to get ahead of me. So I'm gonna let this letter be my cries. I'm gonna let this letter be my cries. I'm gonna wash this blood off my hand and wipe the tears from my eyes.